Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. It's Ankit. Whenever or wherever you're watching this video, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch today's video. I hope everyone's having the best day or the best week of their life. If you found value and are excited about today's video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my other videos that I have or my future videos I'll be making. My videos are usually about investing, health, and life. Today's video is going to be about industries worth watching in 2022 and beyond. These are some industries I think that are being underestimated and have high potential in the future. Also, with the current market going down right now, it's a great opportunity for you to slowly invest in companies that you like, find some ETFs you want to invest in, find some dividend stocks to invest in right now. As the market keeps trending down, as companies keep missing earnings, and as the Fed keeps increasing rates, this is your chance to come in and buy the dip and buy some great companies and make some money in the long term. Leave a comment below with what companies or stocks you're buying and why you're buying them right now. Let's try to hit 7,000 subscribers in 7 months. With all that out of the way, let's check out these industries that are worth watching in 2022. The first industry that we're going to talk about is cybersecurity. With all the data and all the stuff being stored in the cloud, with everyone transitioning or currently using technology, working remote, or whatever it might be, cybersecurity plays a key role in everything that's happening around the world right now. As you can see, things that are happening around the world, for example, in Ukraine, people got hacked and they weren't able to access their bank accounts and stuff because some companies got hacked. So things like these happen around the world, and you want to be aware of and you want to invest in cybersecurity companies. So let's look at some cybersecurity companies. So the first industry you want to be on the lookout for is cybersecurity, an urgent need for cybersecurity stocks and company. Many cybersecurity stocks are still unprofitable, but their selling is an absolute necessity going forward. So you're going to see a lot more vulnerabilities, ransomware, malware, viruses. These are all things that we need to be more aware of as more people work remote, more people are traveling. And as, the need for more security grows, and companies going to start realizing that they need this because you might use a public Wi-Fi and you might not even know that it's not actual public Wi-Fi at the airport, and then you get hacked and there's no one on that company managing this to be able to see that they're uploading malware or stealing files or etc. So this is why cybersecurity stocks are going to play a major role 2022 and beyond. You have companies like Google and Microsoft which offer cybersecurity and security protection programs. Microsoft security revenues last year were $15 billion, more than any other freestanding companies. Pure plays among cybersecurity stocks are PANW, FTNT, CrowdStrike, CRW, TENB. For example, in 2017 June, Russian hackers launched a malware attack on Ukraine. The attack, which locked the users out of their files unless they paid ransom in Bitcoin. And then you have MDLZ, the giant global food company headquartered in Chicago, was hit hard as well. And it disrupted their email, logistics, and caused $100 million in damages. The White House called it the most destructive and costly cybersecurity attack in history. Total international destruction, $10 billion. NLOK, KNBE, SAIL, SAIL, QLYS, BUG, BUG, Global X Cybersecurity. So these are some companies you might want to consider, or stocks, when you're investing into cybersecurity. So here's 100 facts about cybersecurity. If you want to pause the video and take a look at this, you can. So here's some insight in cybersecurity. 39 billion invested into cybersecurity companies since 2011. 36 billion records were exposed due to data breaches during the first 3 quarters of 2020. 55.7 billion connected devices by 2025, and maybe even more. 435% ransomware attacks increased in 2020. Next on the list is drone stocks. Drone stocks can provide exposure ranging from delivery to military. The global drone industry is projected to grow 12.3% annually, nearing $41 billion by 2027. Let's take a look at a few drone stocks. First, we have Boeing. Defensive stocks have gotten a boost since Russia invaded Ukraine. Boeing has generated $5.9 billion in defense, space, and security revenue, which made up about 40% of its total revenue. Next, we have NVIDIA, because you will need a chip for the drones. And the chip offers a wide edge technologies including online gaming, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, the metaverse, automation. And you have drone companies like AVAV, KTOS, and then ALPP, autonomous vehicles and drones. The tools needed to develop artificial intelligence, powered robots, drones, and other autonomous machines. So this is why you need NVIDIA, so they can provide the chips so all these different devices, robots, drones, can perform what they need to perform. ALPP, it hits several different portfolios. For example, it hits aerospace, defense services, technology manufacturer, or construction services as either a driver, stabilizer, or facilitator. So the reason I like ALPP is because Tesla co-founders are now the shareholders of this company. And I think they'll have big plans for the company and for the drones within the company. Next industry I want to talk about is big data. So you have companies like Planeteer and Snow, which can offer a lot of different services when you're talking about data. And Planeteer has currently a lot of contracts with different government companies and other stocks that they're working with when you're talking about data. So what is big data? Big data is a process used to extract meaningful insights such as hidden patterns, unknown correlations, market trends, customer preference. Big data provides various advantages. It can be used for better decision making, preventing fraudulent activities, and amongst other things. So why is big data important? Big data right now is fueling everything we do online, even in every industry. Take the music streaming platform Spotify, for example. The company has nearly 96 million users that generate a tremendous. Planeteer Technologies, which is based in Palo Alto, is a big data company and is one of the biggest kept secrets by Silicon Valley. That is becoming the epicenter of big data analytics. Planeteer has gained a wide popularity for developing cutting-edge intelligence analytic solutions for U.S. intelligence community, after which it extended the analytic solutions into corporate work. Its clients include FBI, CIA, Citibank, NSA, and its analytic tools are being used to make efforts against stopping cyber fraud, enhancing disaster response, tracking Mexican drug cartels, analyzing details by various pharmaceutical companies, predicting insurgent attacks in Afghanistan, preventing human trafficking and terrorism. And if you haven't been to Planeteer's website, I highly recommend you check it out one day, as they have on their website, we build software that empowers organizations to effectively integrate their data, decisions, and operations. And you can click on all the different tabs and find out more information about what Planeteer does, who they work with, and what the company's about. So the top 2 companies you can check out right now under robotics would be BRKS and then Path, PATH. The next industry that's on the rise is robotics. Robotics can be used for a lot of things. So you have companies like iRobot, if you're looking at robotics consumer space. You have companies like Intuitive Surgical, which make surgical robots for when you're operating on patients. You have NVIDIA, which makes chips, and robots will not have the processing power without the chips. And there's other companies that have a lot to do with robotics, so you might want to check them all out. Brooks is an automation company and has been the leading automation provider and trusted partner to global manufacturing industries. And it's constantly delivering best-in-the-class, reliable cost of ownership with a solution that is optimizing for value within their application. They deliver value through understanding the application challenge, providing solutions at scale to create an automated advantage for their customers. Path is virtual worlds need robots too. And that's why Path is creating smart AI bots that can take care of tedious tasks and give employees time to focus on the important projects that are about to happen or they're planning for the future. So my favorite industry to watch right now is the space industry. Why do I believe in the space industry? 1, because I believe tourism can be popular when it comes to space. 2 is we need a second option in case something happens to Earth. We need to be able to move other people to the other planets. And plus, I believe there's a lot to discover in the universe. And 3, space, you can go out there, you can mine meteors, you can hopefully get minerals, materials from meteors to help develop certain projects, certain ideas that some person might have around the world. And this would help with the materials. But the problem with the space sector is profitability. Because when you talk about stocks, you think about how's this company going to be profitable. Like I said earlier, tourism is a possibility. And there's some companies out there considering tourism. But still, profitability is the biggest issue. Making rockets costs a lot. It's not easy. You see many rockets out there failing right now. You have Astra, you have SpaceX doing amazing things, but it's not publicly traded, so you can't buy SpaceX. But you can buy this ETF UFO. And you have other companies like Lockheed Martin, LMT, Boeing, BA, and NOC, as we're talking about space, and then Virgin Galactic, which is talking about space tourism. You have Rocket Lab. And these are just a few to name out. There's probably many more out there for space stocks. So some stocks you might want to consider when you're talking about the space industry. The next sector is quantum computing. What is quantum computing? Quantum computing is an area of computing focused on developing computer technology based on principles of quantum theory, which explains the behavior of energy, material on the atomic and subatomic levels. So you have companies like IBM, D-Wave Systems, Microsoft Corporations, Google, and my favorite one is My favorite quantum computing stock is IonQ. The future is quantum. Quantum computing has the potential to change the world, and IonQ is leading the way. The world's most powerful quantum computer is here, powered by atoms, quantum cloud made for developers, and the partner clouds include Google Cloud, AWS, and Microsoft. Next, you have AI, artificial intelligence. It's a wide-ranging branch of computer science concerned with building smart machines capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. That's what AI is. So here's some AI companies to know. My favorite one will probably have to be Google and NVIDIA. The next sector or industry we're going to talk about is telehealth. And when we talk about telehealth, you want to think about Teladoc Health Inc., TDoc, which is currently trading at $37.14, and it was up 10% today. And the market cap for it is $5.98 billion. When you look at their financials, as you can see, they're taking a hit on financials. They missed last earnings when revenue, but they beat the previous two earnings. And this company has a lot of potential when you're talking about the telehealth industry. Here's another telehealth company that you might want to consider is American Well Corporation, AMWL. The market cap for it is $868.94 million. It's trading at $330 right now. And if you look at their financials, it's not great, but this company has a lot of potential. And it's a growth company, so you have to look at it in terms of growth. They did beat earnings last quarter in Q4 2021. The next sector we're going to talk about is online education. And when you think about online education, you think about Chegg Inc., CHGG, currently trading at $24.98. The market cap for it is $3.16 billion. And when you look at their finance, you can see that they missed revenue last quarter in Q1 2022, but they beat it in the previous quarter before that. And then they missed it again, but they beat it again. So let's look at the other online education stock and industry that we can talk about. Another stock that you can add to your online education that you might want to watch when you're talking about the online education industry is Corsa Inc. COUR, which is currently trading at 1916. The market cap for it is 2.75 billion. And when you look at their finance, you can see that, right now they're having a bad time, but they did beat earnings last quarter in Q1 2022. The revenue was 5.22%, and then the EPS is 22.29%. But they did miss EPS the quarter before that. But overall, they've been beating earnings, so it looks pretty solid play for the future. The next industry that you want to be on the lookout for is renewable energy. And when you think about renewable energy, you think about the ticker NEE, Next Air Energy Inc., which is currently trading at $69.85. The market cap for it is $137 billion. The PE ratio is really high right now. It's 94.85. It does pay a nice dividends of 2.43%. Let's look at their financials. So here's their financials. As you can see, they're also having a hard time right now with all the stuff that's going around the world and everything that's happening. I can see why they're struggling. And they did miss earnings last quarter. But the quarter before that, as you can see, they did really, really well. In December 2021. In September 2021, they did horrible. And in June 2021, they also did horrible. The other renewable industry stock that I would like to talk about is Digital Turbine, which is trading under the ticker APPS. The market cap for it is $3.1 billion. The PE ratio is also high, 71.53. When you look at their financials,